What is up, everybody? Josh here again, and today we have a new Subnautica 2 video for you. We're showing you how to get boxes and boxes of water just like this. We're going to show you how to get it fast and how to get it easy. Let's get into it, shall we? So you're going to need two things. You're going to need a processor and a base, of course, with power. And you're also going to need the grow bed. And we're going to show you where to get both of those real quick. So to get to the processor, the easiest place is to go to this large settlement, which is about 400 meters north from the life pod. And what we're going to do is we're going to go directly north from the life pod. Doesn't matter what you actually go there with, but you could go there whenever you first start the game. Of course, you could tell how far you are from the life pod if you just turn around, look south, and there you are. You're 63 meters from the life pod. So that's how you can tell how far you've gone. So go 400 meters north, and we'll show you what the base looks like. Of course, if you've done the quests, it will lead you to this place, but if you haven't yet, this is what it looks like. And this is where it is. You just go inside and unlock the two processors. You have to scan two processors. There are two processors inside to scan. I'm not going to go inside just because of spoilers. We're going to go ahead and show you where to get the grow bed next. The grow bed's a little bit more difficult because you got to go past the collector Leviathan. And I'm going to show you how to do this even early game. We're going to be using a tadpole for most of the way. Then I'm going to go out of the tadpole and show you different methods of how to get past the collector Leviathan. There's quite a few ways to do it, and one of them is really, really valuable. What you do need, though, is you need the dash ability. You can either go to the Welcome Center's biolab, or you can go to your own biolab. Of course, if you're doing it early game, then you just go to the Welcome Center and use their biolab once you activate it. So we're going to head 1,300 meters roughly east from the life pod and go pretty much straight. If you need to go around the heat and you haven't done that angel comb yet, you could do so as well. It's not a big deal. Just kind of strafe left or strafe right, whatever you need to do. So once you get to this part right here, you'll see a large crash to your right, and then what looks like a giant hole in the ocean floor. This is the collector Leviathan's arena. It is roughly about 500 to 600 meters out from the life pod, and we're going to just continue heading east. Now, if you do have a tadpole, all you really have to do is just kind of skip on the top of the water, and you hold space and W to do that. Kind of like so. And this will keep you from getting attacked from the Leviathan. If all you have is your weight makers, all you have to do is skim across the top and hope that you don't get killed or swallowed whole by the collector Leviathan. You can also do this method, and this is when you first start out. You can have an air bladder and the dash ability, which you get at the Welcome Center at the biolab. All you have to do is release the bladder and hit shift right before you come out of the water. And what this does is it kind of jets you up in the air like this. And you just keep doing that. And you're just going to continue holding W, go down under the water a little ways, hit dash before you exit the water, and you're going to sit there and basically hop in the air. This is going to get you across the Leviathan's pen. You can even do it without dash. All you gotta do is just kind of aim towards east and keep jumping out of the water with the air tank. Dash will let you get a little bit more air, though. Like this. Now, when you're heading directly east, you're gonna come by this little tower right here. You'll see it poking out of the water. It's gonna be quite easy to spot. Just keep heading directly east for a little ways and go down in the water. If you don't have much air, you're going to definitely need at least an air tank and flippers to get down there. The weight makers are one of the best ways to get down here, but you can dive and get down here, and then you're going to notice there are two grow plots here. You're going to need both of those. You just got to go up and scan both of those grow beds, and that will unlock farming for you. And that's going to unlock all the crops and stuff like that as well. If you need air while you're down in here, just go inside of the structure like this right here. There is a doorway here to your right. You can grab air, and then you can head back up. Once you're back home, you're going to make you a grow bed. It doesn't matter what size it is. It's going to have plenty of these plants right here. And these plants right here are the freesia flower. The freesia flowers require pulp, which you can get from these little plants like this right here. There's a bunch of other little plants that give you kind of pulp as well. Basically, what we're doing with this method is we are growing a ton of these freesia flowers, and we're going to be using our survival tool to harvest them. They give 3 per plant. and they grow back super fast. So we're going to sit here and harvest all these plants, like so, until our inventory's full. Should be about another hit or two. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back inside where we have our processors. And we're going to go into the recipe side here on the left, configure processor. And we're going to go to change recipe and scroll down to the very bottom. And you're going to notice that you can get water from Fibrous Pulp. Click on that recipe and then just load it up completely. And if you have 2, 3, 4 processors, that's how fast you can craft water. 30 seconds, you get a water. And then all you have to do is keep farming this Fibrous Pulp constantly, and you're going to be able to fill up boxes full of water this way. You're going to go back and harvest a little bit more of this, probably store it in a box somewhere, or boxes. You can get you a lot of Fibrous Pulp, make you a decent sized garden. And then you got all kinds of water that you can craft. And look, we already have water. We don't have to go and touch slugs at all. We could do it all at home. You could just sit here and process water constantly. Have you a special room for just water and have like 4, 5, 6 processors there if you want. Whatever, the sky's the limit. But we have 2 we usually use, and it keeps us up. Now, we may have 4 people. This is quite necessary because 4 people drinking water is a lot of water gone. And in one 6-hour period, we almost went through 4 boxes of water. So this is definitely going to help you keep up with water. You're going to be able to process it. Just keep hitting load processor on your processors that you're using for the pulp and water, and just keep farming your pulp. And then you can just take it out of the right-hand side, and now we have water, and lots of it. And you can see that this has completely regrown already. That's how fast this stuff grows. Now, they'll probably nerf this in the future, and of course, you can just make you a bigger garden. Not a big deal. But this stuff grows super fast. You can have water processing. You can have boxes of water in no time. And just a really quick mention in the biolab, if you were to actually get the passive biomod, which is called water retention, all you have to do is use the bio tool and scan a coral crab. You just go scan a coral crab, and that will reduce the amount of water that you actually consume. It'll slow down the water rates if you want to use a slot for that. If not, you have plenty of water now. There's also this one right here. If you scan a water slug, which is water secretion, it's not really that great. It's just 5 water, but you have to be in the water to filter water, basically. I'm not a fan of it. I've tried it out for a little while, and it's not the greatest. And since you're also making lots and lots of pulp, you can actually make lots and lots of food with it too. The food is the worst food in the game, honestly, or one of the worst foods. It's called oily salad, made with 2 fibrous pulp. So literally you can make as much food and water as you want. The food's not the greatest. Maybe good for around the base. And I hope this helped you and your group get lots and lots of water. Don't forget, if you like what you see, to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Subscribing will get you more Subnautica 2 videos like this. I have lots of Subnautica 2 videos planned, and I'm going to be working on them within the next couple of days. Hopefully, we'll see you next time. Peace.